You ever notice how being nice slowly starts to turn into a full-time job? Because I have. Like, I'll apologize to a chair if I bump into it. We call it being polite, but most of the time, it's just fear. Welcome back to the Santino Show. Hi everyone, hi santihoes, I'm Santino, and today we are discussing a topic that is very close to my nervous system, and that is people-pleasing. So today we're going to talk about it. Welcome to the cost of people-pleasing. Part 1. The smile tax. Let's start with this. People-pleasing looks polite. It even sounds nice. It's giving, I'm fine with whatever energy. But underneath, it's anxiety trying to wear designer clothing. I can spot a fake too, you know. We smile, we agree, we nod, we overextend ourselves. And then we wonder why we still feel invisible. Why we feel misunderstood. Because every fake smile is a little tax that you pay to keep the peace. And no one even notices what you've sacrificed to pay. If we don't name the pattern, the smiling, the nodding, the agreeing, when we don't want to, then we couldn't possibly understand how it's going to shape our relationships, our choices, and even our own self-perception. In a nutshell, you're basically a yes man in sheep's clothing. Well. Part 2. The yes man. We live in a world that monetizes niceness. Be positive, good vibes only, don't be difficult. Translation, don't make anyone uncomfortable, especially me. Especially me. And suddenly, saying yes literally has become your default setting. Now, I'd imagine that your default browser would be Chrome, whereas mine is yes. This message is brought to you by capitalism, the new and improved social order for the world. Long hours, overtime, and no rewards. Where your self-worth is customer service rated. We normalize burnout because saying no feels mean. We feel bad to inconvenience other people. And I've definitely done this, as we know. You've probably done this. Well, who hasn't? But saying yes to everyone else is basically saying no to yourself, to your needs, to what you want. And when your self-respect goes on clearance, bestie, the public, the people, start shopping. And they'll never pay full price. So, don't you dare give yourself a reason to go on sale. Full price is the best price. So what does your world look like when you finally stop being a yes man? Part 3. The detox. When I first started putting myself first and setting my boundaries, I felt awful. Like my world was ending. Like I'd committed a crime against hospitality. But no one exploded, nothing vanished. The world kept spinning. Just fewer texts from people who only liked me for being convenient and a pushover. Oh my god, Dr. Pippa, that is so interesting to know. I genuinely did not know this. You're telling me and the viewers that boundaries don't make people implode? Setting boundaries doesn't make people implode. Oh my god, that's fantastic! Dr. Piplup, everyone. Round of applause. Dr. Piplup. But here's the tricky part. The first few no's, they feel like betrayal. Because your inner people pleaser takes silence as rejection. But silence, honey, eventually becomes peace. We're detoxing, I'm detoxing from a literal culture and society that glorifies overextending. Putting others before you. It's not just social, babe. It's generational. Our parents survived by adapting. And we're surviving by performing. We have become so hyper-visible, yet emotionally unavailable, that now we're adding self-sacrificing to the aesthetic. Okay, so if people-pleasing is a performance, a facade, then what does it look like when the curtain's drawn? Part 4. The aftermath. Here's what happens when you stop. You start disappointing people a lot. They're like confused, like, you've changed. And they're right, you did. You stopped auditioning. You changed for the better. And it'll feel so lonely at first, and I get it because I felt like that when I lost quite a few friends when I stopped people-pleasing. And it's because being needed felt like being loved. Shit. What the fuck do you mean? Like, no wonder so many people get stuck in relationships and like vicious cycles like this because being needed felt like being loved. I really hope that you can grasp what I'm trying to say because when you're stuck in it, it's sometimes hard to see out of it. But now you'll actually be seen for who you are. And ironically, that's when people start respecting you the most. Where is the fucking lie there? Period, where's the fucking lie? And another thing I wanna add is everything in life becomes normal if you make it normal. Something you've never done before or a look you've never tried may feel weird, may feel different for you, but when you do something enough, it becomes the norm. If you wanna do it, honey, do it. In my video, This Isn't the Life I Ordered, I mentioned how we build lives that basically please everyone but ourselves. And this video is the sequel to that. This is what happens when you reclaim your role as the main character. Because santihoes, the truth of the matter is, when you stop people pleasing, life doesn't get smaller, it gets real. You start perceiving life through your eyes and not the choices of your compliance. We talked aftermath, we talked detox, but what does real kindness look like? Part 5. The real kindness. Real kindness isn't self-erasure. It's honesty, even when it's awkward. It's compassion with a boundary. It's being loving without abandoning yourself. It's you living your life whilst putting yourself first. Because when you start showing up for yourself, you start showing others what love, self-worth, respect actually looks like. Who the fuck? You start showing others what love, self-worth, strength, and respect actually look like. I wanted to highlight this because people pleasing isn't a flaw, it's just a habit that we've picked up. Real kindness, the kind that lasts, comes from showing up as yourself, being the person that you want to be. That's kind of how you keep an open heart without losing it. It shows and communicates to other people that the end goal is not about being rude, it's about having sustainable empathy, and that if you say no, it's for a good reason. A good reason could be, I don't want to do it. I disagree with you. I don't align with your values. And so forth. So the next time you say yes, or you want to say yes, ask yourself this. Is it kindness or is it fear? Because if it's fear, maybe the kindest thing that you can even do for them and for yourself is to say no. Part 6. The conclusion. Alright, so today we've covered the cost of people pleasing. How the smile tax quietly drains us, why saying yes all the time does not equal kindness, what happens when you start setting boundaries, and how real kindness is showing up for yourself without erasing who you are. Breaking free these habits doesn't just make life easier, it makes it real and unapologetically yours. And now, that's your reminder. Stop bending over for everyone else. If you're into that, start being your true self and see what happens when life meets honesty. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching The Santino Show. And if this hits close to home, good. It means you're ready for what's next. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. This is important to me. And I've got something to bring to the world and I've got something to say. And that's exactly what we're doing. Bye. Let's take a sip together. Cheers. I'll drink to that.